Alright YouTube, so we are back with another Final Fantasy VII Remake video. This time around we're discussing the demo yet again, and about whether or not the demo is going to come out before or after launch. But of course, right before we hop into the video, shout out to the second channel. We had to create a second channel for reasons that are explained in the only video that is there. The channel will be linked at the top of the description of every video going forward. We're going to shout out the channel for a while, just trying to get some subs over there. So I'd seen this article yesterday from GameSpot that was saying the demo was coming out on March 3rd, 2020. Of course, the same day the actual game is coming out. Now, as soon as I seen this, of course, I hopped onto Google to try to see if Square Enix had acknowledged the existence of the demo or mentioned something, but of course they haven't. They've never even said the word demo ever. But on top of Square Enix never actually mentioning a demo for Final Fantasy VII Remake, they obviously would have never given us a release date, so nothing about this really made any sense, and GameSpot didn't really cite any sources or where they actually got this date from. I think they're just kind of pulling it out of their ass. It shows their credibility as a news source for gaming, for one, but also shows their laziness because the simple Google search, they could have been like Final Fantasy VII Remake demo date or something like that, and they would have found, you know what, there's not a date. We know nothing. We have no idea if and when this demo is coming out. Now, that all being said, a demo launching alongside the actual game is not unheard of. People have been talking about this for quite a while now. A lot of people were saying that might happen simply because of data mining. Like, if you drop the demo the same time the game comes out, data mining is not really an issue. But if you drop a demo, a month or two beforehand, it'll get data mined and we'll learn all kinds of spoilers for the game, as has actually happened. If we take a look at Square Enix's last big release, Kingdom Hearts 3, that game did not get a demo until 10 months after release, November 2019. And this possibly might have been done because of Final Fantasy 15 getting data mined, but at the same time, I don't know why they waited so long to release a demo. Because, by the time November rolled around, people weren't really talking about Kingdom Hearts 3 anymore. And actually, if you think about it, the two files that are found by GameStat, I believe he's the one that found the two. You have the demo file, which is 10.2 gigabytes. You have the other file that's 70-ish gigabytes. It was presumably the entire game. Those were found about the same time, uploaded to the PlayStation Network about the same time. There's a good chance it was planned they're supposed to drop the same time, like March 3rd. That's just a bit of speculation on my end. I'm not sure if anybody's even mentioned that or thought about it in that way. I've also speculated previously, along with a lot of other people, that January 31st is a decent shout because that's the anniversary of the game releasing in Japan, January 31st, 1997. It makes sense to me to build hype for the remake to drop a demo on the original game's release date, but other people point out that the Remind DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3 might prevent that. Remind is coming out on the 23rd of January, 8 days, almost exactly a week before the 31st. And generally, when it comes to Square Enix, they like to let their big games breathe. They wouldn't drop, multiple AAA games really close together. I mean, just look at Kingdom Hearts 3, for example. It came out January 2019. FF7 Remake's coming out March 2020. It's a year and a couple months. But I don't know if that works in this situation, because it's just a DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3. It's a big DLC, it's an important DLC, but it's not a new game release. It's not Kingdom Hearts 4, right? So I don't know if they would or would not, prevent a demo coming out just because it would distract from the DLC. So for that reason, a lot of other people speculated that we'd probably see the demo sometime early to mid-January, but I think at this point it's pretty obvious that's not going to happen. We're already, as I'm recording this right now, it's January 9th, and again, we've not heard Square Enix say anything about a demo. They would probably announce it at least a couple days, a week, 2 weeks, whatever, ahead of time. Which really only leaves February, which a lot of people are speculating. We're kind of all over the place with the demo, when it might come out, January, February, sometime in March after launch. And all these times and dates were discussed long before we ever got the leaks and data mine things we have for the game now. Now, when exactly in February could a demo possibly come out? Assuming they want to give Remind a little bit of time to breathe, you're looking at probably maybe mid to late February. I did, however, see somebody speculate, I believe it was on Reddit, the possibility of the demo coming out on February 7th, which would be a Friday, which would make it FF7, Friday, February 7th, which I think is absolutely genius. It's a very video game way to release something, and it would actually give Remind exactly 2 weeks, from the 23rd to the 6th, exactly 2 weeks to breathe, and then you could drop the demo on the 7th. It actually makes a lot of sense, but I don't know. But assuming they don't do that, the most likely window for the demo releasing is anywhere from maybe February 14th-ish to launch of the game. The fact is, we know these days that a demo does exist. We're far past the speculation of whether or not we're going to get a demo. The fact is, it's coming out at some point in time. It's just a matter of when. And there is a possibility that based on all the leaks that have happened recently, that they might have pushed the demo to launch. Maybe it was going to come out before then, sometime within January or February, but with all the leaks that have happened, maybe they pushed it to launch. But one thing I can almost guarantee, 99.9% certain, is that they're going to announce the demo ahead of time, whether it is launch or prior to launch. So I wouldn't expect to wake up tomorrow and it just be available on PSN. That's just not going to happen. Now, as I've mentioned previously in a separate video, I'm not that high up on a demo anymore because I've seen all of the gameplay. I'm content at this point. If they want to wait till launch for a demo, that's fine. At that point, I'm going to have the game anyway. Don't need the demo. I know that playing the game yourself physically is very different from just watching it, but I'm getting the game anyway. I don't need a demo to decide my purchase. A demo is only really for those people out there that are kind of on the fence. Most of us are getting the game anyway. But with that being said, I pass off to you guys. What are your thoughts on this? Again, we know for sure that a demo does exist. It's coming out at some point, but when do you think we're going to see it? Me personally, with the little information that we do have and the way Square Enix usually does the releases, I think mid-February to launch is the best window for the demo. By the way, that's pretty much the video, my dudes. Please be sure and go check out the second channel, subscribe, support your boy over there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new and want to stay updated with more Final Fantasy VII Remake content. Turn on my notifications. Follow me on Twitter at @dashingdavid. I'm a Discord. Links to my social networks are in the description and in the outro. Later, guys.
Give me a smile, give me forever for a while, give me forever for a while. Quit acting like